My light on the dark road. Before I begin, I want to greet all of you who is listening to or reading this scribe with the universal greetings of love, honor, and respect. May God bless you and yours with limitless happiness and peace. Now I'm going to try and bring you into my latest vision. What I need from you is your undivided attention. I want you to feel this vision like I did. It kind of shook me a little the other night. I never told anyone because people tend to downplay another's vision, especially if it doesn't concern them. So after a few days of trying to recapture the vision, I said I'll write it down. Can you clear your mind of all thoughts and close your eyes? Yeah, they close it. Picture being barefooted on a pitch black dirt road. I can't feel the pebbles and rocks between my toes. I can't see in front of my face because of the pitch blackness. My heart is beating 5 times its normal rate. I stick out my hands in front of me and proceed to walk. After about 10 steps, I see a small light, no bigger than the flicker of a lighter. I stop, thinking my eyes are playing tricks on me. I try to slow my heart down as it tries to burst out of my chest plate. The light starts to move towards me. I take a step backwards, and a clear voice speaks out. Do not fear, my son. I am here to guide you on your quest. I squint my eyes into the face of the voice. As the light gets closer, I see the fragments of a man. I hear his feet punch the pebbles beneath him. He's standing right in my face. The light he's holding is a small flashlight. I can just make out his face. I'm shocked. Yes, my son, it's me. I say, God? He says, no. But he sent me to speak to you. And he knows you'll be less fearful if I came instead of someone else. My heart is truly pounding. I ask, am I dead? Malcolm X's spirit smiles. No, not yet, my son. Your time will come like everyone else's. My heart slows down a pace. I ask, why have you come to talk to me? He smiles again and steps closer. I lean back just a little. He says, because you're special, Al-Tariq. I gasp and I ask, special how? He backs up and says, walk with me, my son. I start to walk with him. It's still pitch black. So I ask him, why is it so dark? He keeps walking while he says, because I must give you the tools on this dark road. And once you accept these tools, then and only then will the lights come on. I'm scared, but I continue to follow him. After about 15 paces, he stops. He turns around and faces me. He says, now Al-Tariq, once I give you these tools, you must use them righteously. If you use any of these tools for destruction, this light will go out again and will not come back on. Do you understand? I swallow. I say nervously, yes, I think so. He smiles and says, so do you accept me as your God and believe what I have to show you? I say yes. He nods and turns back around, and the light flashes. It's like a TV screen. I look closer and see myself at the age of 14 years old. I'm sitting outside on the porch on Avon Avenue. I'm out there by myself. I remember this day. I know what's about to come. Sure enough, shots ring out. Bullets is hitting all around me. I jump up and run into the house. TV goes out. My uncle turns to me. He says, did you not have Dad that night? I nod. He turns back around. TV light screen comes back on. I'm driving a stolen car. I'm 18 years old. I remember this also. It's raining. I turn the corner and run dead smack into a truck. My front window crashed in. The truck back wheel slides over the window and on top of the hood. The truck was on top of me while the glass window was at least 2 inches from my face. I see myself jump out of the car with nothing but a scratch in my hand. The screen goes out. Again, Malcolm turns to me and asks, did you have died again that night? I nod once again. He nods and turns back to the screen. I see myself sitting on the crate on Brenner Street. I remember this as if it was yesterday. I see my body jump and 2 men jump out from behind a abandoned house across the street from me. Shots. Hold up, I'm gonna start right there again. Alright. I see my body jump as 2 men jump out from behind the abandoned house across the street from me. A shootout ensues. I can still feel the bullets passing by my head. I see myself standing in the chicken shack checking to see if I was hit. A female comes into the store and watches me for a minute. I ask her, what's up? She says, boy, God was on your side out there. I say, why you say that? She points and says, take off your hat. I take off my hat and see a big bullet hole in it right on my forehead. The screen goes black again. Malcolm turns around and says, did you have Shirley died that night? I nod. He says, should I show you any more of these? I shake my head. He says, so, you truly believe he exists? I say, yes. He nods and says, walk with me again, my son. We begin to walk. I'm afraid to speak. About a minute later, he stops and turns to me. I almost bump into him. He says, son, we're all destined for something. Figuring out what we're destined for is the true question. I nod my understanding. He smiles and continues. Son, he knows your heart is pure. So this is why he sent me to you. You were placed into a position to help your people. I frown. He notices. He says, having doubts, my son? I say, no, just want to know why me. He smiles. And I ask myself the same thing once I realized the path he had set for me. I knew it would surely lead to my death. But what I had to understand is receiving and accepting your eventual death is better than being shot by a straight bullet or your head being cut off by a front window. Do you not agree? I nod. He says, son, he picked you because of your heart. Even when you were in your deepest state of doubt, you still tried to do good. You never allowed your heart to stray to the devil. And that is the one true acceptance you can give him no matter what you say out of your mouth in the absence that you do. You always repented in your heart. I feel tears coming down my face. He's watching me. I wipe the tears out of my eyes and ask, what does he want from me? He smiles. He says he wants you to accept your destiny, be who you're meant to be, and then return to him as you always do. I can't help the tears, so I ask, what do you mean like I always do? He smiles and says, you'll find out soon enough. All that is important is that he knows you still have doubts about your past. So he sent me. This will be your last chance, my son. I nod and ask, I understand. But how can I do this when man won't release me? He smiles and flicks a switch on the light. It's like the sun has risen. I shield my eyes until they adjust. My heart stops to what I see. Please believe me. I swear to you that this is the truth. What I see is this. It's a mass of people. I don't recognize all of them are dead until I see the true Jesus. He's smiling at me. I see Martin Luther King, Che Guevara, Harriet Tubman, Marcus Garvey, Shaka Zulu, Geronimo, Nat Turner, and many, many more. Michael turns to me and says, as you can see, all of us have been put into man's prison. All of us have been pushed down by man. But my son, do not be mad at man because man know not what they do. I'm amazed and I say, are you telling me I'm in the league with Jesus? They all smile. Malcolm says, my son, we're all God's children. We all have a part to play in this plan. Whether it's a big part or a small part, we must play it nonetheless. I nod, even though I'm still amazed. He flicks the light out again and it's pitch black once again. It's only the small light he's holding. I ask, what if I fail in his plans for me? He says, son, you cannot fail if you do what your heart tells you to do. As long as you listen to that, you cannot go wrong. I nod, I say, but I'm afraid. I see his face soften. He says, son, your fear is your strength. Use it to conquer those who seek destruction and despair. Use it to push you that extra inch that you didn't think you could go. Use it to keep your head high and your heart pure because remember, long as you do that, you have a place here. You fear nothing. Your fear is your sword. I love you, my son. Go in peace. I'll see you soon. He then flicks the light. The dark road has light. I'm standing in front of a fork with tears running down my eyes. I stick out my chest with my fear as my sword. I walk to the right. And I woke up with tears in my eyes. King Kofa.